Hey, it's David again on the 1st of June 2009. I just want to give a quick overview of, it's probably not going to be quick, but an overview of the garden before I go away for 6 weeks, so I have something to compare it to when I get back. Down here, you can see we have some carrots sprouting. I planted them here, I don't know, about 2-3 weeks ago. That looks like a weed, but we'll leave it there for now. Yeah, they're coming up pretty good actually, and we planted some more along there, so that'll be good. When I get back, we'll probably be able to eat some of those. Here's some tomatoes we planted outside, and a zucchini plant we planted outside. These lettuce plants look like they're doing pretty good. This is really hunker. And that's a cabbage plant, which was really small because it was in a small pot for a long time, and now it's looking pretty good. And some red lettuce that weren't looking too peachy when we first put them out. They're looking pretty good now. They all look like that when we first put them out. And maybe even less red color to them. There's the lettuce that I was talking about before. You should check out my original organic garden tour, so you can kind of compare. And this here is starting to get a flower, so that's no good. We can't eat that anymore. We can eat these leaves. Well, once it starts getting a flower, like, the leaves are smaller and everything, so it's not as good. There's some cabbage plants. We picked the heads out of most of the cabbage plants, so this guy's like one of our few remaining heads. It's pretty small. And there's the onions, garlic, spring onions, beans, which are doing pretty well. These guys, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, these guys have latched on to the pole. I don't think they have. These guys haven't either. It's over here. These guys are doing really well. They've gone all the way up to there. And there, and you can see possible beans coming out of there. I'm not sure how they grow. But oh, the corn's looking really good. We'll go over that. Oh, look at this one. This one here's got to be, I don't know, 3 foot tall. Maybe 2.5. There's my foot. It's about a foot tall. So yeah, we got at least 2 of those. So that's pretty good, and the birds don't seem to be too interested in them. And these are our younger corn over here. And there's potatoes, which have some nice flowers now. And there's some funky looking zucchinis over here. There's a few that look like that. Another one there. I'll just get this one as well. Ooh. The zucchini plants are getting really big. We should have planted them further away from other things because they're going on top of the lettuce. And ooh, that red lettuce is looking kind of yellow. That's not very good. Well, these things shouldn't be thrown here. And over here we have, there's the kohlrabi, and the other one's gone because we ate it, and it was pretty good. We had an omelet and a salad. And there's some beans. Well, we don't know what they are. We think they're beans. They were just randomly in some pots. You heard me talking about them in my organic gardening tour, or my organic garden tour. Check it out. And these are some tomato plants that we brought outside because it's been pretty hot the last few days. And it was getting pretty crowded in the greenhouse, and we said they'll do fine out here, and we brought some zucchini plants out. This one here is a really nice looking zucchini here, which growth got kind of stunted because it hit the end of the pot and then stopped growing, but I brought it out from the edge of the pot. There's a raspberry plant we got. We paid $7.99 for it, and we realized our neighbor down the road has tons of them growing in his backyard, and he would have given us one. And here's a blueberry plant, which has some, I don't know what color they are, pinky berries at the moment, but they'll be blue eventually. And there's the tomato plants. This one's getting some fruit. And we put that just in an old paint bucket. So, paint bucket pot. Here's the cherry tomatoes, which are really peculiar. Like, look, this isn't a cherry tomato, it's like, I don't know, an inch or two in diameter here. It's pretty big. There's some other big ones in there. Hopefully by the time I get back, these ones will be throwing out fruit like crazy. And there's some basil, some spices that I never showed before. Some bugs on it, but they're no big deal. And there's some parsley that just sprouted. Parsley hasn't been coming up too well. I think there's another tiny one in there. But some lettuce we brought outside to make a little more room inside. We got these pots here. I have this pepper planted. These pots were €1 in Lidl, which was pretty good. They aren't actually pots, they're buckets. And we just drilled holes in the bottom. And you can see here we have a lot of pepper buds. And we have peppers that have been put into bigger pots lately. And they're looking pretty good. By the time I get back in 6 weeks, they should have some pretty nice peppers growing. Some lettuce growing over there. And, oh yeah, we have coriander, which we've never grown before. I don't even know how it grows. I think maybe you're supposed to eat these buds or something. I don't know. There's oregano and rosemary. And I think there's some spring onion. No, they're leeks. That's a spring onion or an ordinary onion. And this leek I put into this old spice jar. And it should grow pretty well there. Might put it outside eventually. And that's pretty much all from the peppers. And here's that lettuce I showed before. Still looking good. A little smaller because I ate it. Watercress. That's what we have here. They've exploded in the last couple of days. And we found out these aren't jalapenos. These are eggplant most likely. Because we planted them both at the same time. It must have got them mixed up. The jalapenos didn't really grow because they were taking too long to sprout and we kind of gave up on them. But we thought that we had given up on the eggplant. There's peppers. These are some tomatoes. They were both in the same pot before, but I transplanted them into different pots. Down here are the other tomatoes. And they're getting some pretty big tomatoes in here. There's one there's one big one just about there. That's the biggest one, I think. And there's a whole bunch of them there. There's some red onions, cucumber plants with some pretty good upcoming cucumbers. And I guess we picked off all their old ones. Oh no, there he is. And there should be another big one there, yeah. Another big one there, so we'll pick those probably next couple of days, but I won't be here. And there's tomato plants, which are getting pretty big. They're up to like 5 feet, 6 feet. And this is a zucchini plant. Zucchini's growing out, like, very nice flowers on them. And quick fact, the ones with the fruit growing on them like that, you can see that's a fruit, and the ones, they're the female ones, and the ones with no fruit growing on them, such as this one here, is a male. Didn't know that. I looked that up on the internet. I thought it was just because they weren't fertilized. There's the grapes, which are pretty darn big. And potatoes, which are, they don't look as full as they used to. That's weird. Well, let's go back outside, see if there's anything else out here of interest. No, I think that's the whole thing. That is the pear and apple trees. If I'd show them, they're really nice. That's not one. The ones along there are. And that's not one either. Okay, we just painted the house. That's it. See you later.